What up, y'all? This here's Nika G. Wody. Today I want to play a game called 7 Days to Die. I've been playing this game for about a year, and it's a lot of fun. I played a few online games, mostly with random people, and but by far the most fun I've had in this game is random gen creation. With huge maps, the highest size map you can. It seems to me to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of options you can do. But today, what I want to do is I want to play through for the first time the Navezgane original map. I've never played it before, so I figured if I'm going to play it, I might as well record it, put it on YouTube. So let's go. Navezgane file. I don't know what that is. I must have joined a game or something that had that on there. So we're going to start survival single player in the Navezgane. Pick some of these options. These all look good. 60-minute days. Loot respawn time 30 days. Airdrops every 3 days. Every 3 days seems fine. I don't usually play every 3 days. I usually play every 7 days, but we'll do every 3 days on this just so it's more fun. But I guess this can't be empty. Navezgane YouTube. There we go. Let's start this junk up. Yeah. Alright, so I have like a little bit of experience playing this game, so sometimes a lot of videos online are people who are just new to the game, so they kind of stumble through and they move a little bit slow. No offense to any of them, but I'm going to be moving through fairly quickly, so but you should be able to catch up. Like once you start playing this game, you'll understand like cool little tricks and quirks that help you play. And I'll be talking about like what resources I think you should be focusing on and what to save and what not to save. Oh wow, there's a house right there. Alright, this is just a basic quest. I'm not going to read any of that because I always know what to do on the quest. So what I like to do is I like to just start gathering all of my plant fibers and stuff by punching right now. Gather some of this, the random herbs and stuff near me. Kind of, because since we have an empty inventory space, we'll just kind of pick up all this stuff. You want to try to pick up a bunch of cotton if you can, because you can make that into cloth and you can sell that to a trader, and that's pretty useful early on in the game. But we're just going to collect snowberries. I mean, you can eat snowberries, but if you eat too many, you'll get snowberry poisoning, which is not fun. Bird's nest. Bird nest. Ooh, an egg. That's pretty cool. So I want to go ahead and get the quest started here, because what this game likes to do early is throw some wildlife at you. And if you're not ready to kill it, you're going to miss out on the chance to get some meat, which is probably the most valuable resource in the game. So we're going to go through this quest, and I'll try to keep an eye open around me for some wildlife. I don't see any right now, but while that bedroll is making, we're going to go ahead and pick up some rocks. And these plants here, they drop wood when you punch them, so you don't have to sit around punching trees or anything like that. Backpack. Loot this car. Okay. Oh, flaming arrow pattern and a piece of duct tape. A couple pieces of duct tape, actually. We'll go ahead and read that. You know, I've actually never used the flaming arrow before. I always forget that it's there because just regular arrows are just as good. So, all right, we have our bedroll. We want to place it down just to complete the quest. I like to always pick it back up. I'm gonna leave this on our bar, this on our bar. It's probably gonna want us to create an axe. Yeah, we'll go ahead and craft our stone axe. As soon as it's done, put it on that bar. See, I told you. Look at that. There's a deer right there. Every time. They do this every time. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to keep that deer in my vision here as I run around. We need wood. I wonder if I can get closer to it without it running away. Here we go. I'm going to try to keep the deer This tree is not ideal for looking, but we'll try to keep the deer here in our peripherals because we're going to want to kill it as soon as possible. It's over there freaking out. It's good for us right now. Right, fiber shoes, I think, are next. It's going to have you put all this stuff on anyway. There we go. What do we need for arrows next? Dang, we need some stone. Is there any stone down here? There's no stone on this side. I know sometimes wildlife also can like despawn. I'm gonna have to try to sneak back over there across the road to get some stone. I don't want to spook the deer. If you leave wildlife alone for too long, sometimes it can despawn. So chop down this tree. Try to keep him in sight so that doesn't happen. I might as well make a club while I'm waiting. Oh, he's on the move again. He stopped freaking out. It doesn't take too many arrows to kill a deer. Deer's the best one to start near. By wildlife, I mean it could be a deer, it could be a boar, it could be a wolf, which is not ideal. On boars and wolves, you want to try to go for headshots because those two creatures can attack you and hurt you. The deer, as far as I know, won't attack you. It'll just kind of run away. So, you know, you just kind of chase it down. But I've noticed that if you're far enough away, like we might be far enough away now, and you plug it with an arrow, it'll just kind of act like it never happened. I guess it has like a leash range or something, or an aggro range. Leash range is League of Legends term, but we're gonna figure it out here. I'm gonna make a bow. Go ahead and equip that club in case we run into a zombie. Oh, just made it. Throw that down. And arrows. As many arrows as we can make right now. 23. That's good enough for me. Go ahead and load the bow. Ooh. Oh, nope. Already got that bird's nest. So the deer's kind of far away. It kind of takes some practice in this game to try to figure out how far you should be aiming. See, I think I came like really close there. I might be just under. Yep. There we go. Yep. See, so 2 arrows. That's not terrible. So the only thing that's bad about this right now is we don't have a bone. So we can't make a shiv to extract this meat efficiently. But we're going to hope to get lucky. And we're going to pound the deer. Hopefully we can get a bone pretty quickly. There's the fat. Come on, bone. Give me a bone. There we go. We got a bone. So we will make a shiv, and then we can finish it up with the shiv, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It takes away a little more health, but you get an item, whether it's meat or a bone or animal fat or animal hide, every time you use the shiv. So shivs are definitely more efficient. We're going to continue the beginning quest here. Just picking up some of these random items. Ooh. More cotton. I want to try to find that stone I was hitting. When you start hitting an object, is a tree or a stone, you kind of want to finish it because you get more experience that way, or more points towards your leveling. So if you start something, just try to finish it. And when your weapon gets low, like mine is, just repair it. There's literally no difference between a 25 and a 24 axe. It's more resource efficient to repair than it is to make a new one. So we'll just go ahead and finish this stone off. And I'm just going to kind of run around and chop down some rocks and trees. And just kind of look for wildlife as I go along. And you can fight zombies in the beginning if you want to, but I've noticed it's more efficient to gather wood and feathers and other resources on the first day. And when our inventory gets full, we'll come back to that house and we'll drop a chest and we'll put all our stuff in it and then go back out if we have to. Probably stay around this area for tonight. I don't like to move around too much in the beginning of the game. Also, I don't know the areas, so I don't know where I'm going yet. So I'd rather just stay around here, just try to collect my resources, and then when I get full, the house is never too far away. I can always run back. Also, I've noticed crouching in the sneak position recovers stamina faster, and you can still chop wood and rocks and stuff while you're crouched. And as I chop, I kind of like to move around the tree slowly to try to scope out, you know, what's around me in case some zombies or wildlife are trying to sneak by. You don't really need to be focused on the tree as you're chopping it down. I'm going to run out of stamina here fairly quickly. I'm going to tell you what, let some stamina come back. While we're doing this, we'll make some wood frames just to get that quest out of the way. Try to recover some of this stamina. There we go. I want to try to find some more birds' nests here. I'm not seeing any right now. Some of this cotton. You can pick up stones if you want to off the ground, but past trying to get your first axe up, I feel like it's not efficient. I'd rather go chop a rock down so that I have a chance to get more resources than just a stone. This is lead here. Oh, there are really no bird's nests? Oh, there's one. I'm gonna try to get our arrow count up. I'd like to try to have at least 50 to 100 arrows on me, as often as I can, just in case we run into a horde or something. Not that a horde appears on the first day. I don't even think, I've never experienced it. I don't know if it's possible, but I remember playing a game with a friend one time, and we were on day 2 or day 3, and we had just kind of set up our first little base, and we got hit with a horde of zombie bears, and it was like 4 or 5 of them, and thankfully we had gotten lucky and found a lot of materials in the day or 2 that we were able to raid this small little town, and we had built some blunderbusses, and we had like 5 or 6 rounds each, and that really helped trying to fight them off. But we only ended up killing one, and we had to let the other ones go by because we didn't have the bullets, and we don't really want to mess with zombie bears. There we go. I've also had the same thing happen with zombie dogs really early on. Just a horde of zombie dogs. They run in packs of 5, 6, 7, and they just tear you up, man. If you don't have a gun, you know, like a shotgun or a pistol, it's pretty much over for you then. Tell you what, I'm going to use my frames to, since this house is kind of messed up, I'll probably use some of my frames to repair the damage in here. Since we have to place the frames down anyway. How much inventory space? Yeah, not a lot. I'm going to go ahead and make a chest. And we're just going to use this maybe for tonight or a day or 2. We don't have to stay here for a long period of time. And I always like to put my chest up on something just in case. There we go. Put it there. And then we could throw all this stuff in here. Not the feathers. We'll probably use those that we're not using. Keep the water. Not really worried about food right now. Usually run out of food more than water. You can scrap your land claim box at the beginning if you need scrap iron for... We need those, don't we? If you need scrap iron for like reinforcing a door or something, you could probably... Oh, look at that. There's a zombie right there. I didn't even notice him. Hi-ya! Dead. You can use the scrap iron to reinforce doors. I like to try to keep the land claim box. Ooh, leather. Just because you can make them later, but it's really, really expensive. So I just kind of like to keep it. Unless I really, really need to scrap it, I like to keep it. You might be able to sell it to the trader too. I'm not 100% certain. I don't know if I've ever tried. Ooh. You take the glass out of these because it doesn't. I mean, the glass goes away when you break them down. So there we go. Also, like people could be tempted. See, you can repair this into a frame, but I'll just show you. Repairing it into a frame takes 3 wood, and then it takes 4 wood to upgrade that frame. Well, if you make a wood frame from your inventory, it only takes 2 wood. So in the beginning, when resources are sparse, you don't really want to be wasting wood like that. So I always like to just knock it down. You get 1 wood for knocking the frame out. Here, I'll show you here. And then you can just replace the frame with one of your own frames, which is cheaper anyway. And you're leveling up your construction skill. Need that. By knocking them down, so... I just like this a little trick that I learned as I played through the game. And you can always just replace these windows with a frame. It doesn't really matter. This is not going to be our permanent base. I'm going to go ahead and guess. There's probably something around here that's better than this. If I know this game and how this game works. I just like to kind of stay around the first house I come to, so that way I don't have to worry about relocating and I don't have to worry about the first nightfall. You can go ahead and knock some of these out. I'm not sure this is even going to matter. This might be a complete waste of time. But we're going to do it anyway. Get a little bit of wood. Oh, look, you get some coal sometimes, too. I already have the frames on my action bar here. Go ahead and place these down and upgrade them. Need to chop a lot of wood today. Upgrade these. You don't really need to upgrade them like this. I mean, like I said, this is not going to be our permanent place, so I'm not really worried about it. I just do the one upgrade. I'm just really trying to keep the light from coming out because we're gonna build more torches eventually, because you're gonna need light at night to see. I'm thinking of not showing you guys the nighttime part of the videos, just because nighttime is generally really boring. Unless I'm planning on doing something through the night that I think is like relevant, I'll probably just skip the nighttime portion. Go ahead and re-upgrade the door. We'll upgrade it once. Knock this frame out. Not really worried about the floor frames. Like I said, this isn't going to be our permanent place probably. So, but we do need more frames to climb. I always like to keep a few frames on me. And look at that, we're completely out of wood. For this reason. So you can kind of jump, lay a frame, and climb. Go ahead and skin this zombie. Get some more animal fat maybe, and some more bones. Yep, there we go. Rotted flesh is not really a priority in the beginning of the game, so I kind of just throw it away for a while. You can save it if you want to. Later on it becomes useful for making fertilizer. Once you get your farm set up, it's really useful. But it takes a while, so, I mean, and you kill zombies literally all the time, so I personally don't see a point in stockpiling it in the beginning. I think we're just going to go ahead and toss it now, actually. But we'll go ahead and throw the rest of this stuff in here. I need to actually put my bedroll down, probably. Put this stuff in there. Make some more arrows. Oh, don't have any wood, that's right. So, we need to go chop some wood. That's the first thing we need to do. What is this? Did I get this? Trash, no trash. See if there's anything else around here that's lootable. Grab some of this stuff. Hey, a tire. Yeah. Oh, $4.90. That's really good. Good quality wheels. I mean, eventually we'll probably find some better than that, but I like it for now. I like it. More tires. $3.70. Sell that to the trader. The trader buys tires for a really good good price of coins, a good amount of coins rather. And like I said, we just kind of circle the tree as we chop and try to determine more about our surroundings so we don't get snuck up on, and so we can see if there's any wildlife out there while we're chopping down a tree. Need to repair the axe. I know, buddy. My dog is whining at my feet, trying to lick me. He probably wants to go outside. I'll let him out after we finish this video. Alright, we should have enough wood now to start these arrows. Let's see. Which hill do I want to go to the top of? We'll go to this hill. We'll see what's at the top of this hill here. Chop some more trees on the way. Like I said, I like to chop in a crouched position because crouching regenerates stamina faster. So walking to the next tree helps a little bit. It's probably one of those utility buildings down there. I've actually made a decent base out of one of those before. We might end up moving down there if there's nothing more relevant in the area. And you can knock down that structure, that huge structure that's sticking up. You can knock that down for a bunch of scrap iron. Better to wait till you can make a mining pick, so we'll need to get a forge going eventually. Maybe tonight if we can find some iron pipes. Knock that down. Where's all the birds' nests at, man? Gonna get all this cotton. Just walking around trying to build up some stamina here. You know what we should have done? We should have laid our campfire down in the house so that we could have gotten our first little 5 points. Okay. Small little rural area over there. There's a river there, which is nice, and a bridge, it looks like. Might want to go explore that at some point. This looks more promising to me just off of knowledge about the game. Turning that into a base, probably not a terrible idea. It's easily defendable. It already has a wall-like structure put up around it, so you don't have to waste a bunch of resources trying to put a perimeter up. So that's probably going to be our best option, and then we could range out further from there. Trying to keep an eye out for some wildlife. Sometimes the game usually always throws you one in the beginning, but sometimes it makes you wait for more. Surprised I haven't seen a zombie yet, actually. Knock on wood. Probably about to be a horde. Like I said, I don't think I've ever seen a horde on day one. I mean, you got to put a lot of heat out on the map by doing a lot of work, upgrading and breaking a lot of stuff down in one area for a long time, generally, to get a horde. But again, maybe it's different on this map. I don't know. I don't know the rules for Navezgane. Only know the small tips and tricks I've learned from Random Gen. Always a good idea to have a lot of wood. I'm gonna have to break down a lot of rocks today as well. We'll probably go ahead and just work on gathering resources for the rest of the day. Like I said, the first day I'm not really worried about anything the first day. Just kind of scouting a little bit, staying in the area, staying close to the house that you pick for the night, and just gathering as many resources as you can. Got a lot of eggs, man. I think I got 2 or 3 in the chest back there. Maybe make some bacon and eggs tonight. I like to try to save the eggs if I can. Oh, there's a zombie. You see him just to the left of the tree there. Right over there. I like to try to save the eggs if I can, because if you can ever come across a blueberry, I need to repair my axe, and start putting those into seeds and start planting them and reharvesting them, you get a bunch of blueberries, a bunch of corn going. It takes 1 bottle of water, 1 cornmeal, which is you can make out of 1 corn, 1 blueberry and 1 egg, and you can actually make a blueberry pie, which is more filling, I believe, or just as filling, or really close to eggs and bacon, and it gives you more wellness, or about half the wellness, I think, of eggs and bacon. I think eggs and bacon is like 1.35, and you get 0.8 wellness from the blueberry pie. But the eggs and bacon uses 2 eggs. So with using the 2 eggs and those other small resources, corn is easy to get. Once you find blueberries, you can just grow them. So the bottle of water becomes a non-factor fairly quickly in this game. You don't really have to worry about water, and we have a river literally right behind us. So to me, the resources are much better spent with the eggs on making blueberry pies if you can, rather than wasting it on bacon and eggs. Now, obviously, okay, I want to stop missing. Obviously, wow. I would make bacon and eggs. Okay, I don't know what's happening right now. I feel like I'm hitting him. I would make bacon and eggs if I didn't have a choice. But like I said, I'd rather use the eggs for blueberry pie. Well, let's go try our luck on another zombie, I guess. I couldn't hit that dude to save my life, man. I want to stay away from the crawlers if I can. I saw there's one down there. Try to take out old big boy here. Whoa, headshot. Headshot, sucker. Ooh, close. I don't want to waste arrows, though. He's coming right at me now. Come on, fat boy. Get hit in the face. I can hit this dude, apparently. There we go. I like to try to knock him down and then get on top of him with the club. Save some arrows. The bigger zombies, a little tougher than that, though. Come on, come on, come on. Ow. Really? Okay. Already bleeding out. We're going to let that bleed go for a little while because the bandage actually heals a lot of the damage that you'll take from the bandage. Or, sorry, from the bleed out. I want to try to not have this dude hit me in the leg. These guys can break your legs, by the way, and their range is farther than you would think for attacking. So I kind of like to keep a distance and kill them with arrows if I can. There we go. If you don't have arrows, also crouching in front of them with the club works. Not really worried about these bodies. Dang. Really? He's not really a threat right now. You don't want to stack up a lot of zombie corpses near your base because they do, I believe, they do attract other zombies. So I like if they're near my base or in my base, I try to skin them. But if they're out in the open, I don't really care, unless I need the animal fat for some reason. We're not super worried about that right now. Like I said, we're worried about gathering resources. I'm gonna go ahead and take this guy out though, because I don't like too many wandering around. Gotcha. There we go. Have some cash money. Try to collect as much cotton as I can. I think we're good on snowberries for a while. You can eat 4 snowberries. It might be 5. I like to be safe. I just eat 4. I know for a fact you can eat 4 without getting poisoned. Snowberry poisoning, which drains your wellness and your stamina. Actually, it doesn't last that long, but you don't really need a lot of wellness drain for it to decrease. So if you take like a lot of damage over a short period of time, you can decrease your wellness. If you stay at 0 food or 0 water for actually not that long, you'll start to lose wellness as well. So just keep that in mind when you're running around. There are like no rocks on this side. I need to take apart some rocks. I think I'm okay on wood. Yeah, I could use a few more wood. Gather some wood. We need to chop a lot of rocks today. You know what? I'm going to go back to... Well, I might as well kill these 2 rocks first. I was going to say, I want to go back to my house. Yeah, we're low on stone. And deposit that campfire. That way we can get the next part of our quest going and get the 5 skill points. And then I can put it into stamina regen to become a sexual Tyrannosaurus. And then when we level up the first time, I'll probably put it into weapons and tool making so I can get them up to level 50. 50 value points. I don't know what you really call that. We're going to figure it out. It's not going to be too hard. Haven't seen any more wildlife. That's disappointing. Usually I like to play with the volume like kind of increased, but on here it messes with like the quality of the sound of my mic. So I don't like to play with the volume too loud if I'm recording for YouTube. But sound does help because sometimes you'll hear a wolf cry to let you know that they're near, or you'll hear like a pig squeal or snort, and that lets you know that you're pretty close to one. And the pigs in this wooded area can sometimes be kind of hard to see because they kind of blend in a little bit. The deer stick out the most because they're bigger and they're not really the color scheme. But for some reason, it seems like the boars, the wild boars, blend in really well in the forest biome. All right, I think that's good enough for now. How many feathers do I have? 71. Nope. Can't make them all yet. Need to chop a lot more stone down. But I just want to get my campfire down so I can finish that quest. Super simple. Already kind of got a fireplace for it, so might as well throw it in there. Journey to White River. That tells you where the trader is. Where's the trader? Can't really see him. Oh, there he is. Go ahead and save that waypoint. Always like to know where my traders are. Couple of zombies. Just scanning the area. I always want to be on the lookout for wildlife because I don't want to miss even a single opportunity to get some meat, because like I said, it's really, really, really valuable. Food becomes an issue in this game far more than water. Water is an issue, tends to be an issue right in the beginning, but as you can see, we have a water source not too far from us, so I just need to find a couple of empty jars, which are literally everywhere in this game, and the water becomes a non-factor. As long as you have wood to burn and murky water and a campfire and a cooking pot. I guess we gotta find a cooking pot as well. You can make boiling water, but you can also make boiled water with tin cans. Scrap tin cans. You can't make like tea or anything from it, but you can drink the water from that and get the can back. So that's at least valuable. That must be him moaning then. Gonna take those guys out here. Look, see, there's another one. Freak out farmer. Those guys are hard to get headshots on. They move around so much. I'm gonna go ahead and repair that while we're waiting for our stamina to come back. A lot of people don't like being in the desert biome, but I happen to think the desert biome is really, really easy to start in, because there's usually a lot of cactuses around you. And cactuses drop the yucca plant. And you can use 4 yucca plants in an empty jar to make yucca juice, which cools you, rehydrates you, and really, really gives you a lot of stamina back. So it makes working on resources like this a lot easier. Oh, I can't hit him because of the graphics of him being on a hill. Come on. Get down there. So I think starting in the desert area is actually the easiest area. And you can just eat yucca for replenishing your hunger as well. So there's that. This guy's freaking head movement is crazy. There we go. Just gonna not mess around with the club since he's on a hill. You generally don't want to fight under a zombie in this game. Like, you want to have the high ground as much as possible, because it's hard to melee them. Oh look, there's more stuff back there. Ooh, what is that, I wonder? We're gonna go check that out tomorrow probably. It's harder to hit a zombie with a melee weapon in the head from under them. Man, this guy's crazy. Oh my god! Okay, just gonna smack you around a little bit. Try to be above him. There we go. Come to the head and whack him. Got some oil. We'll probably end up selling that. I wonder what this structure is. Oh, it looks like just a house. That may have a pool in that backyard too. So that means the water sources on both sides are fairly close. So it looks like water's not really going to be an issue at all for us. Fat boy zombies. Probably get some more wood here. Want to have a decent amount of wood. It's getting close to being dark, So we'll probably be close to ending the video soon because I don't plan on doing anything in that house during nighttime besides just waiting for day to come. I'll probably start the video, the next episode, back up a couple of minutes before sunrise. I like to run out of the house or wherever you're staying a couple of minutes before because, you know, if there's something there, you can always come right back in, and it gives you like a decent head start on the day. And there's still enough light out there to see. So I don't really see a point in staying inside until you hear the daylight sound change over. We'll repair this skirt, actually. Oh, I scrapped it. Whoops. I was wondering why that cloth was there. Wrong button. Yeah, there we go. Stylish. Keeps your temperature down a little bit, too. Hey, no judgments in the apocalypse, man. Wear whatever you want to wear. You're the only one around. No one's going to be making fun of you in the zombie apocalypse. I'd probably run around naked for some of it if it was me. Especially if it was too hot outside. Unless I had to worry about sunburn or something, I'd run around naked. Who's going to care? The zombies? Alright. It is getting dark, so I'm just going to collect a few more things here. We have 2 in-game hours, but it does get dark really quick after the clock passes the 2200 mark. I think I already gathered this, yeah. We'll probably knock this rock apart. That rock, and maybe that rock if we have time. Just to kind of keep up with the stone and wood count here. See what we got. Now we're good on wood for probably tomorrow as well. I've been working on the railroad. Oh, what was that? Is that a zombie? It looked like a weird movement to me. I'm gonna go see. Oh, I don't see anything. I thought I saw something moving. Oh, it must have been her then. Weird. It looked like she was moving a lot faster than that, which deers move around fairly quickly. The boars and the wolves are kind of slow. Bears are really slow, but they take, man, like 30 arrows to the face, stone arrows, to kill a bear. You better have like an AK or a shotgun at least if you're gonna try to take on a bear, unless you really know what you're doing. I mean, I've gotten lucky and killed bears before, but no joke, they take like 40 arrows before they go down. So if you don't have time and you're not a far enough distance away not to aggro them, they'll come to whatever you're standing on. If it's a rock, I mean, you better be on a house or something, or that bear's gonna try to get to you, and they mess you up, man. They kill you in like 2 hits. They're strong. All right, I don't see any wildlife. Never lucky, man. Never lucky. Hoping to be one of those times where you start a game and you find like 2 deers and a boar and a wolf all on the same first day. It happens. It's got to be random, right? I mean, you would think. Although something seems to always spawn right when you start the game. It seems to me some kind of wildlife always spawns near you when you start the game. So I try to get to the bow as fast as I can to try to take them out, because you don't want to miss any opportunities to get meat, man. It's the one of the resources you can't farm, you know? Like, I can't just come out and chop some meat anytime I want, like a stone or a tree. And you end up needing food a lot more than you end up needing stone and wood, that's for sure. We got one more rock here, waiting for our stamina to come back. Oh, did we ever? What? We never spent our points. Look at that. I'm retarded. Alright, well, I'm not going to bother repairing any of this crap then. I'm just going to make a new axe, a new club, and a new bow. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. There we go. Remember, when you make a new bow, you always have to reload it as well. It doesn't automatically have an arrow in if you draw to it. I've had that mess me up before, where a zombie was right on top of me, and I switched to my bow real quick, and there was not an arrow there, and gotten hit for that mistake. So just make sure after you make a bow, every time you switch to it and reload it. All right, it's getting towards that time now. A little bit more stamina regen. Still want to be on the lookout for some wildlife. Another good reason to come out earlier than the 4 a.m. daylight time is deer like to move around in the early hours of the morning. So there's been a few times where I've come outside early and just found a deer grazing nearby. So, and that's true in real life as well. I hunted a lot of deer when I was a kid, and you're not allowed to hunt them before the sun comes up. I mean, that's just, you know, it's not even fun to do that, and the animal doesn't really have a chance, you know. But deers have an incredible sense of hearing and smell. Their sight's not that good, but their hearing and smell make up for it. They spook really easily, and they're very quick. So you'll notice in this game, too, they kind of try to stay true to that. If you hit a deer with an arrow and it starts to run away, you can lose track of them really quickly. So you want to try to be out of its little aggro range so that it doesn't move too much on you. If you feel confident enough with where your arrows are falling, like I said, shooting long distances, you gotta kind of make up for that by aiming way above your target sometimes. So unless you know it, it can be hard to try to get a shot on them. I'm just going to take one last look over the hill here and make sure I'm not missing any wildlife. I don't see anything. Hey, there's a campsite. That's going to be worth hitting in the morning for sure. Go ahead and take this dude out if I can. Oh! Get him! Oh, right over his head. You saw that? Man, the bow is not really... Stone arrows aren't really that accurate from... Kind of notice that your arrows don't really go exactly to the same spot every time either. Alright, come on, Freakazoid. Got a stronger club now, homie. Yeah! Pop that head. Ooh, got some beer. Some corn. Alright, our inventory is getting kind of full and we just leveled, so... 30 minutes until nighttime. I don't see any wildlife. I think it's a good time to head back. We might have time to kind of cut down a smaller tree. In fact, I might do that over here. This game is just as much about managing your time every day as it is about surviving and collecting and scavenging. Time management is really, really important in this game. You wanna plan your jobs out. Try to kind of figure out how long it takes you to chop down a tree. You know that you notice. We need to repair this so we move a little faster. You know, and how much stamina it drains. You know, kind of just plan your jobs out in a way that will make you most efficient with your time. Because that's gonna save you a lot of heartache in this game. Don't see anything. See, like chopping down this 1,200 point tree. If you started, didn't seem like maybe you would finish, but we finished with time to spare. Maybe enough stamina to chop down another small tree as well. Well, this is a 600 tree, so we probably won't be able to finish it, but we'll get close enough. Being outside a little bit after the time is not a huge deal. I tried to clear out all the zombies near my area, so we should be fine. Stamina's low. Alright, is it officially nighttime? We are done with that. Just be ready. I mean, zombies are on run mode now, but they don't run usually all the time. Sometimes they wander around until they see you, and then they start running at you. But we made it. We're safe. I'm going to go ahead and hang the torch up on the wall so we have a little bit of light. So tonight, I'm not going to show you guys, but tonight I'm just going to do a little bit of inventory management. I'll just show you throwing all this stuff in here. We're going to do a little bit of inventory management. We're going to do some build. We're going to build some torches out of the animal fat that we found. Scrap that. And when I come back, I'll show you. It'll give you a brief rundown of what happened through the night, if anything interesting happened. But you guys don't have to watch any of this. It's super boring. So I'm just going to exit the game, and I will see you guys next time. This is Nick G. Wody. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, and let me know if you want this stuff to keep coming. Peace.